Welcome, everybody. What you guys are doing in my room, I don't know. Happens every time. All these people just end up miraculously in my middle of my room. Welcome. This is our 36th version of comedy. We've been doing this beginning of the pandemic, pretty much every other week. For those of you who come regularly, you'll notice that we only had 1 week between the last two, and that's because I had 3 weeks a while back, and I'm just trying to get back on schedule. But I am very thankful that everybody's here. If you don't have a lot of noise where you are, please open up your mics. We would love to hear your laughter. If you want to do your video, we wouldn't mind seeing smiling faces, but we do understand some people are uncomfortable with that. But please, the laughter is definitely something we would love to hear. These comics, last year and a half, we haven't really seen much in the way of comedy shows. We're just starting to get back live, and we're hoping that stays. We don't know how that's going to go with everything that's going on, but basically, you've got people who love to make you guys laugh. That's what they want to do as a career. That's what they're trying to make money doing. And this last year and a half, they have not been able to. The show is free. Please feel no obligations. But if you did enjoy the show, if you enjoy it, please consider donating to these comedians. We have set up 2 ways for you to donate. You have for PayPal, it's paypal.me/BD comedy. Or with Cash App, it's $ button down comedy. All that money will go to the comedians. Every on that. If you also enjoy the comedians, throughout the show, I'm going to have them put their social media in the chat. Feel free to add them, follow them. You might find some funny things along the way. It's definitely been an interesting trip to go from virtual back to live shows. It's a different feel, different momentum. And the first couple shows I did, I got thrown out. For some reason, they require pants in real life. I don't understand that. Yeah, Zoom comedy. I think after Zoom comedy, the big billion-dollar business is going to be pants, because everybody is going to need them, because the ones they had won't fit anymore because that COVID-19 weight we put on.
Yeah.
You know, we all had that desire to get in shape. Nobody told me my shape was a pear. I did want to do exercising. I wanted to do yoga. I mean, I really was interested in yoga. I did not have a mat. Pandemic, I wasn't going to go out and buy a mat. So I tried yoga anyways. Yoga without a mat is downward dog on ice. It does not. And I wanted to create a Facebook group. I wanted to create a Facebook group for procrastinators. I just kept putting it off. I did have a job for a while at a used car dealership, but they had to let me go. They said they were thinking more sign spinner, not naked guy waving his arms. So I had a scratchy throat the other day, and I texted my friend. I said, I'm sucking on some halls. My phone, of course, autocorrect that as I'm sucking on some balls. I did not know my phone knew me that well. But I swear there's people at Apple that their whole job is to pick those words that are going to cause you the most trouble. I mean, you can't tell somebody to fuck off. It just says duck off. The other day I was trying to tell a friend I forgot to duck when I was getting in my car and I hit my head. I said, I forgot to fuck when I got in the car. I said, oh, duck, that hurt. Hey, that's not funny. Shit the duck up. I want that job though. I want the comedy job at Apple in the autocorrect department. It's gotta be fun. It's gotta be fun. But it has been. My daughter decides to move. A year and a half of quarantine and pandemic, she's moving to the 3rd floor of an apartment complex. So here's dad, has not exercised in a year and a half, carrying her shit up 2 flights of stairs. By the end of the time, I am panting like construction workers when the ladies come out to lunch. I'm hunched over like a spring breaker after the 4th cake has been drained. The cat, who hates everybody, is rubbing on my leg, looking up at me with those eyes that say, hey, if you're gonna die, can you do it here? I haven't had meat in years. And I have been dealing with, I had this nasty cough for the last year and a half. And when I say nasty cough, I coughed so hard I would pass out. But that wasn't the nasty part. The nasty part, it waited till I fell asleep, woke me up to cough so it could pass me out. That's just a dick move. But I had to get a shot, the steroid shot in the ass. I hate needles, and that needle hurt, but not as much as the Band-Aid. It's a little less hairy now. And have you seen those X's on the floor everywhere? Every time I see one of those, I'm looking for that precariously balanced boulder that's about to crush me. That rocket car. Round of applause if you got my reference to Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Okay, somebody got that. Well, I mean, Wile E. Coyote, come on. Self-professed super genius. How smart is this guy? How much money did he waste going after this scrawny ass bird? There's no meat on that bird, it's all muscle. It's not gonna be very tasty. I mean, how much did he spend? He got instantaneous drop shipments. Do you know how much that cost? I don't. Amazon does not offer that. You know, he could have had filet mignon every single night. You know, super genius didn't think, hey, Grubhub, send me some Roadrunner meat. But I will say this, the pandemic has really given us appreciation for the human body. And I mean, opposable thumbs, interlocking genitals, my personal favorite. But who had the bright idea of air filtration and food intake in the same pipe? And hey, let's drain our sinuses there too while we're at it. Really? You couldn't have done something useful? Like when I see a pretty girl, let my abs get hard? I tell you this, it has been a tough time. Well, I am, thank you for being a great audience. I'm gonna, real comedians. Did someone make it into the room? Did not. We had some technical difficulties with our first comedian, so we're gonna move on to our second comedian for the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to somewhere afterwards. Our next comedian has always had very interesting take on experiences that everybody can relate to. He has a book called The Bisexual Christian Suburban Failure, Lightning Bipolar Blues. You can ask him about that more later. Please, can you give us a big round of applause for Justin Blackburn? Just up here.
Woo!
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Great to be here. Here's my book. It's called The Bisexual Christian Suburban Failure and Lightning Bipolar Blues. Anybody wants a copy? It's all great to see you. Nicole, Saka, can't pronounce your name. I apologize. Sak G?
Yeah.
Howard, great to see you again, buddy. Megan and Gian's iPod. It's really great to be here. Hope everybody's doing amazing. How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo!
All right. Woo. Yeah.
Woo.
That's a good thing. I like the woo. I love the comedy show because that's the only place where you can kind of do the woo. Like, woo. Yeah. I was trying to do it like other places. Somebody'd come up to me like, how you doing on the street? I'd be like, woo. Yeah. Woo. Doing awesome. My therapist, it was like, how you been doing? I'm like, woo. Yeah. Woo. He's like, how's your anxiety? And I'm like, woo. Yeah. Woo. There's more to that joke, but I don't remember. I don't remember it. So fuck. All right. More to that joke, but I don't remember it. So fuck. All right. Yeah, we're cooking. We are cooking here. Anybody, it's we got a pandemic out there, all for the masks and the vax, do your thing. Also, feel like it's a great time. George mentioned a little bit to get healthy, right? Got to get yourself healthy right now. Earlier today, I was doing the yoga. Anybody do the yoga in here? All right. Well, I was doing the yoga and everything was going really great until they called out child's pose and I yelled, "Fuck you, Dad." And then I shit my pants. So, all right. We got a hand over the face. All right. That means that's funny. Okay. My ex got me into yoga really intensely. Right. She was very one of those people who's like really spiritual. And try to be all real deep all the time. Y'all know anybody like that? Nicole? Saka? Nobody? So, all right. Well, this joke isn't going to land. We'll keep it going. Oh, the good Dr. James is on. He'll like this one. She really got me, she would always say shit like, all I know is that I know nothing. All I know is like, wow, and then she get really pissed at me when I wouldn't listen to her. It's like, yo, I'm not going to listen to somebody that doesn't know shit. All right. She was real spiritual, which is great. Real about the environment, which I love, but she was very pretentious about it. So that kind of made me pretentious about it. You know what I'm saying? You ever taken on your partner's shittiest quality? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we got another. Me and Nicole are not budging here with this. She's not relating to me. So anyway, I took her to meet my parents and she's over in the corner having a panic attack. Like, I'm like, baby, what's wrong? She's like, your mom has styrofoam cups. And I'm like, oh, is that bad, baby? She's like, yes. And I was like, Mom, what did I tell you about the styrofoam cups, Mom? Do you not care about the seals? It's the seals, right, baby? She was also really afraid of low vibes. I don't know if y'all know what that is. Anybody know what that is? Low vibrations. Howard does, right, buddy? So it's like, so we would go places and she would like get wigged out because she'd be like, "This low vibes. We got to get out of here. There's low vibes." For example, like when we'd hang out with my friends, couldn't hang out with my friends. They had low vibes, right? She wouldn't eat Mexican food for some reason. Mexican food had low vibes. She wouldn't do anal sex for whatever reason. That was low vibes. I don't even know what that means. She was also, before she'd leave the house, she would put on a protective light shield. You know, I don't know if y'all know what that means. It's like it's an imaginary. I don't want to say it's imaginary. We're all imaginary. Let's be real. But it would be like this thing before she would leave. She would go to the door and she would be like, "Archangel Michael, cover me from head to toe in your divine light shield," before she would leave and go places, which was cool. I recommend, especially these crazy times, get you a fucking life shield. But she would also say shit to me like afterwards, like, "I just don't feel close to you." And it's like, yeah, no shit. You're covered in fucking light shields. I can't get through Archangel Michael. He's got a, you know, a sword. She also, she had a dream interpreter. Anybody in here have dreams? All right, we got Howard. He's got some dreams. All right, we're coming through. So she would have dreams, right? And she would call every day. She would wake up and she'd be like, "Oh my God, I just had this dream. I have to call Bodhi Bliss." Bodhi Bliss was her dream interpreter, right? So she'd be like, "I just had a dream where I was in my kitchen, my childhood kitchen, with my pet cat and my dead grandmother." And she would ask Bodhi what that meant. The only problem was Bodhi was really trying to fuck her. So Bodhi made every dream about how I sucked, right? He'd be like, "Oh yes, the pet cat means Justin sees you as his pet. The childhood kitchen means that Justin doesn't make you feel safe. The grandmother, your dead grandmother, well, that just means that your relationship is about to die." So I called Bodhi and I said, "Hey, Bodhi, I had this dream recently. You're a dream interpreter." He's like, yeah. What's up?" I'm like, "I had this dream where I had this machete and I was chasing you through the woods and I caught you and sliced you up into a bunch of pieces. What does that mean?" And he goes, "I think that means I need to quit talking to your girlfriend." And I was like, "Damn, Bodhi, you are really good at this." All right, we're rocking and rolling. We're going good. She was also anybody in here have sex or like sex? We got any people that like sex in here? We got a no from Nicole. Howard's giggling like a 14-year-old schoolgirl. All right, we're good. Anyway, so she liked to she was very honest during sex, which you know, I think it's great to be honest with your heart, be honest with your dreams. But as a man, I don't know if other men are like this, but I really need to be lied to during sex, right? I need to be like, "Oh my God, it's so big," right? Because even no matter what, it does somehow get bigger, you know? But she was the opposite like that. You know, I'd be kissing her neck and I'd be like, "You just want me to fuck you right now, don't you, baby?" And she'd be like, "I don't know." And then we'd be having sex and I'd be like, "Does that feel good, baby?" And she'd be like, kind of." And then when she get really turned on, she'd be like, "I like how your small penis fits inside my mouth so easily." All right. We're rocking and rolling. We're getting a little bit of laughter. I'm from the South. Anybody else from the South here? We got me and Nicole are just like, we are polar opposites. Anybody else's name Nicole? My name is Nicole. Anybody else in here named Nicole? Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Howard's named Nicole. That's cool. All right. Well, so I'm from the South, and met a lot of racists in the South. Never met a smart one. Never heard quantum physics come out of a racist mouth. What? The newer interpretations of quantum mechanics have been formulated that do away with wave function collapse. Jesus, it's like photons are yet to materialize in your reality. I swear, Bo, you're more stupid than a particle accelerator being fired at a rate that's equal to or less than the speed of light. Now pass me a beer, dumbass. I'd much rather hear that shit that comes out of I'd much rather hear that come out of the mouth than the shit that does come out of their mouths. Like, what? America's song came on and you didn't pull your britches up. Black Friday, we give them a month and then they want another day too. What? Ain't no such thing as a black mermaid. I do have a racist cousin named Brock who thinks he's really smart. He's the kind of guy that tries to, like my ex, he tries to get real deep with you, but tells you shit that's like not really that, interesting. Like the other week he's on Beer 15. He's like, hey bro, I'm gonna tell you something about the government, man. Government lies to you, man. They lie to you. Think about it, man. When I was a kid, they said don't drink alcohol, it's bad for you. I got drunk, got laid for the first time. It was awesome. They were wrong. They said don't smoke weed, kills brain cells. I got high, realized my thoughts were creating my reality. Started thinking about chicken, and mama brought me home a chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A that night. They were wrong again. They said don't smoke meth. Well, they were right about that one. I lost about 15 years of my life and a lot of family trust. All right, this is going really fucking good here. All right, great thing is I just got the light too. When you get the light, I don't know if y'all know this, that means you're doing good. That's what the light is. Kind of like when you die and you go to heaven, that means you did a good light. You see the light, you go to the light, right?
Woohoo!
My grandma has been thinking she's going to die recently. So yesterday, she called me and she was like, please help me. I'm going to die. So I drove down to Greensboro because she thought she was going to die. Turns out she was just really high on medication. So that's sad. She's at the age where she gets too high. She thinks she's going to die. But I think that would be, a good way to go, maybe. I don't know. Get too high and just die. Anybody else gotten so high they almost died? Anybody else experienced ego death in here? Any ego deaths, Howard? No ego death?
No.
Holding on to your ego. Sakashi, ego death? I know Jim's had some ego death. Come on. Nobody's that comfortable that has a fucking ego, right, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell Jim's comfortable as fuck over there. All right. We're rocking and rolling. I'll do a couple more jokes and I'll get out of your computer. Let's end it with this little bit here. Recently I was in an argument with one of those racist people. And he just, in the middle of it, he just stopped and he yelled in my face and he goes, man, how many dicks have you sucked? And I was like, the same number of people you've driven away by being an asshole. And he goes, man, everybody you care about. Where's this fucking, why is there an ocean sound going on? Anybody else hear that ocean sound, or am I losing my shit right now?
You're losing your shit.
I don't hear any.
Dang, what did you smoke?
I'm breathing very heavily.
Now you guys are just being assholes to the comedian who's trying to do a good. Oh, okay. It's on the. Is it okay? I think it was on my computer. It was the vagus nervous system. All right, so we're gonna do this joke and get off. Anyway, so then I was in an argument with some conservatives and on the internet, and he was arguing that people don't deserve free health care, right? This racist dude was talking shit about people who think people deserve free health care. And this conservative guy was calling the liberal people, he was calling them snowflakes, pussies, and homos, right? He's calling them these three things. The thing about that is like all those three things are amazing, right? Snowflakes are magical, feathery ice crystals displaying delicate six-fold symmetry. No other snowflake is alike. That's fucking glorious, right? You damn snowflake. You're right. I am unique. My Alien versus Predator musical shall see the light of day. You know, a snowflake, that's fucking awesome, right? The other thing he's calling to people is pussy. Who gets put down? Who feels bad when they get called a pussy, you know? Oh no, I'm gentle, wet, filled with pleasure, and I bring the gift of human life to planet Earth. Oh no, I'm a pussy. Oh. Pussy is I am a pussy is my positive affirmation I say in the mirror in the morning every day when I wake up, and then I'm filled with God's light. I just go in the mirror and I go, I am a pussy. I am a pussy. I am a pussy. I am a pussy. And then I have an amazing fucking day, right? And the last thing he said is homo, right? You know, I'm not trying to freak out Howard here, but I've been homosexual with someone who finds somebody attractive. I've been finding Howard attractive this whole time, right? That's fucking beautiful. What's weird about that? You know, it's amazing. It feels good. You know, it's like, homo, like, I'm sorry. I wish I could find you attractive, but emotional repression doesn't turn me off. You know what I mean? And, you know, I just think it's hilarious, and I'll end it on this. It's hilarious. They use these words to people that are actually great, you know, like cuck. Have you guys heard the word cuck that they call people? Or am I still just missing with every fucking thing I see? Jim, cuck? Because if we don't know what a cuck is, this joke's just going to fall flat. I'm going to turn this motherfucker off, and I'm going to run outside. Does anybody know what a goddamn cuck is? All right, we got two. I need at least 5. I don't give a fuck about the comedians. I need the audience to tell me that they know what a cuck is.
Yeah.
Who said that? All right. All right, I'll do it for you. So anyway, they call people a cuck, right? Of course, I love watching my girlfriend get fucked by a lot of dudes at the same time while I jerk off and eat their cum out of her pussy. It's fucking beautiful. I love being a cuck. It's amazing. All right, you guys were a really awesome audience. I think that we all sort of merged souls during that experience. I feel like that if at the beginning of the show we were 5 or 6, 7 people, I feel now we're about 2.5 people. So I just want to thank you all very much. My name is Justin Blackburn, the bisexual Christian suburban failure, enlightening bipolar blues, the name of my book. And you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Justin.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that feels like they need a towel? After that last scene, I think we definitely need a towel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin. That was great. That's great. Our previous comedian who's having some technical problems, she is in the room. So we're gonna get back to her. She's a Brooklyn comedian. She was inspired by Tiffany Haddish. I think it's pronounced. And I've dealt with her on Zoom mics over the last year and a half. She's a wonderful lady, and I feel that she's aptly named because she likes to bring happy times to people. Please, everybody, let's give it up for Summer Sinclair.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. What I'm about to tell you is a true story. You see, I'm an actress. A few weeks ago, I answered this ad that said, attractive middle-aged actress wanted for a sex pot mistress role. Look at me. Well, I didn't get the part. But I did get the part of the mom who's a deaf mute. Apparently, having a voice like Fran Dresser doesn't translate as being a sex pot. But I didn't care because I was going to be in a sitcom pilot. So I went on the set and I was talking with the director, and he hands me a script, a salami, and a tube of lube. And then he explains to me that I'm going to be making salami sandwiches in the kitchen. So I'm reading the script and I realize I'm not in a sitcom. I'm in gay porn. And what shocks me is not the salami lube sandwiches, was the fact that I didn't even know porn was scripted. I mean, how many ways can you say fuck me harder? Scopami forte, mi for the confoca. And then the director, he says, come on, you gotta say it with some feeling. I mean, Jesus Christ, what do these directors think they are, Spielberg or something? So the scene goes like this. I'm in the kitchen making salami sandwiches while my son is in the other room with his math tutor sucking his cock. I go into the other room, they quickly pretend to be studying. I go back into the kitchen, they continue to be blowing each other. I go back into the other room, they stop. I go back into the kitchen, they start, and on and on and on. I mean, it was all fine until these thoughts started to get into my head. Is everybody fucking when I leave the room? When I visit my elderly parents and they're reading the newspaper when I'm in the room, and then when I leave the room, is that what they're doing? Ugh. I mean, if I knew that's what you're supposed to do when somebody leaves the room, I would have had a lot more fun. Well, sorry, audience, because I ain't leaving this room tonight. Anyway, my point is, being an actress is hard work. I made $150 on that day of gay porn, and I didn't even get a sex tape, which that could have really helped my career. I mean, people get discovered in the weirdest places. But to be honest, I often wonder who might be jerking off to me in that video. But my friend said I got nothing to worry about. Since everybody thought I was Kathy Griffin. Yeah, it's true. Well, I used to live in Los Angeles, but now I moved to Las Vegas because I read an article in the newspaper that producers in Hollywood are eating babies and drinking their blood. I mean, they could have just waited 9 months after prom night, looked in any trash bin and have their pick. I used to work 20 years ago. I worked at the Spearmint Rhino here in Las Vegas as a nude dancer. And recently I got my job back, but I had to quit because that mascot costume that they made me wear gave me cramps. Going down on a guy is hard when you get older because my knees, they aren't as good as they used to be. So now I only go up on a guy. I make him stand on the table. I grew up Jewish, and I was told that Jesus is not the Messiah. Well, that's all right by me.
Carmen.
Yeah, because we got someone better, Adam Sandler. Anti-Semitism is on the rise again, and I'm going to show awareness the only way I know how. So I decided that I'm going to fuck Mel Gibson. I'm going to do it once because I used to like him. And then again, because I found out he was an asshole. That show, Fear Factor, has anybody seen it? Nicole? Yeah, you seen it? All right. Howard, did you ever see Fear Factor?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, that show is bullshit because I applied to be on that show, but apparently I wasn't qualified enough. My boobs wasn't big enough. And I'm like, how are these models on the show more qualified than me to eat roaches and worms? I swallowed Mel Gibson's cum. They won 50 grand and all I want was herpes. I had a boyfriend who was homeless. And one day he was holding the sign that said, "Hungry, please help." And he made $200 that day. So he wanted to celebrate. And he took me to Emerald's, which, you know, Nicole, that's a very expensive restaurant here in Las Vegas. And I was so embarrassed. He brought the damn sign with him. I said, why are you bringing the sign? He said, well, don't you want dessert? I remember when we met, the homeless guy. Oh, it was so romantic. His pickup line was, I don't know who's more beautiful, you or your dog. Well, don't judge people because every bitch deserves some praise. But we broke up though. I couldn't deal with his alcoholism. I was so mad at him. He always had a drink in his hand and never once offered me one. Well, that's all I got. Thank you. I'm Summer Sinclair.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going for Summer.
Thank you, George. I finally I found your passcode.
Glad you finally get in here. All right. Well, thank you for some. Now, everybody, remember, if you have a good time, please tell your friends. We want to give bigger audiences. We love to have lots of laughter, lots of people in here. You can follow us on Button Down Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll post the information about our shows. We have every 2 weeks, every Friday, every other Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So please Hopefully you'll join us. Comics, if you put your social media in the chat so people can follow you, that would be definitely very helpful.
Thanks, Summer, for inviting me.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
It was good. Some of the parts felt like other kids, I turn it down or like, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Also, now you know what you think about me now, right?
You're like, wow, she's a really horrible mom. I'm not. I just didn't know what to expect. I didn't know.
Right, is a gentleman, our last comic standing. BuzzFeed just released a TED Talk. So please let's give a warm welcome and a loud round of laughter for Erik Escobar.
Yay! What's up, everyone? This has been a fun show. Clap it up for all your comics so far. Everyone's been awesome. Everyone's been great. Show them some love. Summer, you're from Vegas?
Yeah, are you?
No, but I just got back from Vegas. I was on Fremont Street, played some roulette, won $500. Can we clap it up for $500?
Oh,
Hell
lucky
yeah. Thank you. I only put 40 grand on the table. I don't know
Okay.
if that's a win. It might have worked
Yeah,
out.
okay.
They were like, we think you have a gambling problem. I'm like, oh, wanna bet? Wanna bet. All right, 18 more minutes. Let's go. It'll be fun. You guys are a fun crowd. I like it. I love it. I've been having a pretty good year actually. During quarantine, started losing some weight. I actually lost about 100 pounds since last March. Can we clap it up for that? Lost 100 pounds. Thank you. Everyone's like, how'd you do it? I got circumcised. All right, all 100 pounds after that circumcision. It was a good one. It was a great one. I had to lose weight. My doctor, right before the pandemic, he actually diagnosed me with high blood. Just high blood. He was like, stop smoking so much weed. All right, that's a lot. You're eating too many munchies. It's too much. I always get asked, like, how'd you lose the weight? This is what I did. Every day for the pandemic, I woke up real early, like noon, 1 o'clock. You know what I'm talking about? Super early in the morning. And I would go biking, which is super fun. I love to bike. But here's the annoying thing. A couple of weeks ago, biked to my favorite coffee shop, got some coffee, came outside. Someone stole my bike seat. Can you believe that? Someone stole my bike seat. Before I used to like to bike, but now I love to bike. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, vroom, vroom. Ouch, that hurts. What's going on? I don't know. I don't like it. I went through a breakup over this pandemic. Went through a breakup probably about 6-7 months ago. It was crazy. It was a good relationship. It was a great relationship. Like, get this, she would want to have sex 4 or 5 times a day. You know what I'm talking about? 4 or 5 times a day. And if I got lucky, one of those times to be with me. All right. What a hoe. What a hoe. We were fighting a lot. I remember we had this one fight. It's towards the end, we started fighting about everything. It didn't matter what we would fight about. We would just fight about everything. Like, I remember one of the last days we were together, I was peeing in the bathroom. I was just peeing in the bathroom. All right. She walks in, I get mad because she's interrupting my privacy. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing in here? And she's like, hey, what are you doing to our sink? You know what I'm talking about? The dishes, just the dishes, babe. I'll clean up later. It'll be good. But I did start seeing someone new. We've been dating for a couple months. I like her a lot. But this is what I want to do. Put in the comments or shout it out. I want to get her a sexy gift. I've been buying her a sexy gift. What's a sexy gift I can get my girl? Shout it out or put it in the comments or put it in the chat. Any ideas? Everyone in here is like, we don't buy gifts for our partner. No, we specifically just hate the person that we're with. I tried to buy her some lingerie. Money? I'm doing a Zoom show on a Friday. Do you think I have money? Please tip your comics and I will buy better gifts for my partner. This is what I bought her. I recently bought her some lingerie. Thought she would like it. Bought her some lingerie. She hated it. Absolutely hated it. She was like, Eric, why would you buy me lingerie from Goodwill? You know what I'm talking about? Talking about secondhand, am I right? Secondhand? Ew, gross. All right, I'll return it. Can we do that? I don't know. We're trying to do more fun stuff in the bedroom. We started role playing. Do you guys know what role playing is? Oh, it's great. It's when you and your partner, you get in the bedroom, play with each other's roles. All right, that is role playing. All right, I got a lot of them. Got a lot more weight to lose. I'm a little Pillsbury Dough Baby. You know what I'm talking about? Sexy boy, sexy boy. Here we go. But she's great. She's wonderful, which was really heartbreaking because before we did anything, she was like, let's get some STD tests just to be safe. We got an STD test. I got one, found out I have chlamydia. So a big round of applause for chlamydia. What a great time. Love it. Yeah, I got chlamydia and I was so guilty. I felt so bad. And I had to tell her. So I was going to text her. Hey, babe, I found out I got chlamydia. And that's when I realized I don't know how to spell chlamydia. All right. That is a very difficult. I was just like, I have AIDS. You know what I mean? A lot simpler, a lot easier. She was like, me too. I'm like, oh, wait, what just happened? I don't know. I think I got the raw end of the stick on this one. Raw end of the stick, bonus joke. There you go. Boom, boom, pow. We met online. I was like, how'd you meet? I say church, but no, it was definitely online. I was doing a lot of online dating when I broke up with my last ex. I don't like it. I don't like Tinder. I don't want to tell my kids I met their mom while I was on the toilet swiping right. All right. Like that is not a fairy tale. That is not a way to meet. But here's the thing. I didn't like online dating. I think all these online dating websites have the worst names. Like OkCupid. Why is my Cupid just okay? All right. Why can't I have a good person to find me love? Am I trying to find a dating partner at the DMV? All right. Be better at your job. Be better than just okay. Or like I was on Christian Mingle. You know Christian Mingle? Christian Mingle sounds like the name of an English pimp. Like, hello, I'm Christian. I don't do accents. We can skip over that. We're fine. I actually met my last girlfriend on a Black People Meet. You guys know Black People Meet? We met on Black People Meet. Just a heads up, if you use the site, you do not want to spell meat wrong. All right. That is a completely different website. Let me tell you. Also get messages. I'm like, who could it be? Oh, it doesn't even fit on the screen. Oh my God. So big, so massive. My ex, actually, she was Black, Puerto Rican, and angry all the time. All right. A beautiful mix. We met on Black People Meet. But what's weird is she got super self-conscious and super weird whenever we walked by Asian women or Asian people in general, because all my exes have been like Filipino, Japanese, Korean, and she was super weird about it. Like every time we would walk by someone who was Asian, she'd always be like, oh, Eric, do you like them? Do you want to hook up with them? And I always have to tell her, like, babe, don't talk that way about my uncle. All right. He's a nice boy. Stop making fun of him. He's great. I love him. But it's wild because I'm dating this new person now. I broke up with my ex. We were living together. So I actually just moved in with some horrible roommates. Clap it up right now if you've ever had a horrible roommate. Who's had a bad roommate in here? Anyone? All right, couple people. If you were quiet right now, you were the horrible roommate. All right, please do your dishes. I appreciate it, but not like me. I currently have the worst roommates. They're the worst. They're loud. They're messy. They're my parents. All right, very annoying. Very, very annoying. You know how hard it is to live at home as an adult? It's so weird. My mom still treats me like a kid. Last week, I was smoking on the patio. I was just smoking on the patio. She sees me, freaks out. There was a big fit, gets mad at me. I'm like, Mom, what's the big deal? It's only meth. But my mom, she's super cute. I love her. She's got a thick Filipino accent. I remember growing up, my mom would say things like, oh, Erik, do you want to see the ocean? Do you want to go surfing? Do you want to go see the beach? What did you just say, Mom? What was that? Do you want to see the beach? Mom, I don't want to see grandma right now. All right, please. She's a horrible lady. Do not like her. Get off my back, please. Well, my mom is Filipino. My dad's Mexican. Fun being Mexipino. I love it. Great combo. Here's the annoying thing, though. I don't know if y'all got Filipino friends. Filipino men, we go bald super early. I started losing my hair when I was like 19, 20 years old. All right. It was the worst. But it works out because since I'm half Mexican, by the time I was in kindergarten, I could grow a mustache. You know what I'm talking about? Works out real well. I love it. Love it a lot. Here's the annoying thing about my parents. This is what I hate. They are very old school. They're old school people, and they're always asking me things, saying things. I always got to correct them. All right. Like my mom, for example. My mom last week, she was like, Eric, are you pro gay people? And I was like, what, Mom? She's like, are you pro gay people? I'm like, Mom, I'm not even amateur gay people. All right. Like, when did they get a league? You know, can I do fantasy gay? I'm going to draft him. Don't touch me, sir. Get out of here. It'll be fun. It'll be great. My dad's even worse, man. My dad's even worse. My dad always says things and I have to be like, yo, we don't say that anymore. Like, I'm half Filipino. One time my dad was like, Eric, you're Filipino. That means you're Oriental, right? And I was like, Dad, we don't say Oriental anymore. All right. Say like, I don't know, Asian American. One time he called me heavyset. And I was like, Dad, we don't, heavy set isn't a thing we say anymore. Say like plus size or fat. All right. Just call me fat, Dad. I'd appreciate that. But a comic was talking about it earlier. My dad got mad at me, I don't know, maybe like a month ago. My very own father called me a pussy. Can you believe that? My own dad called me a pussy. I'm like, Dad, that is messed up. It's 2021. We don't call people pussies anymore. We call them millennials, which is a hard joke to tell as a millennial. All right, very difficult. Have you talked to 23-year-olds? It's like you're talking to 23-year-olds. All right, everyone's crying. No one has a job. It's a very strange generation to be a part of. But I know why millennials are weird. Millennials are weird because we were the first ones to have the internet, smartphones, all that junk. We're all addicted. All right, we're all addicted. We're messed up because of it. I can't do anything without my iPhone. All right. I was taking a poop today. I was pooping today, realized I didn't have my phone with me, and I started crying. All right. I started crying. I finished my business, and then I got out of that pool. And it was the second worst birthday party I've ever been to. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. I'm addicted to social media. I'm content on Instagram. If you guys have Instagram, you know about these Instagram stories, right? I don't like Instagram stories because what they are is you post things and people don't have to respond. They don't have to like it, but you can see everyone stalking your story, even though they're not replying. It's weird. I don't like it. I know this guy, James from high school. James from high school has seen every single Instagram story I've posted. Haven't seen a thing, haven't said a thing, hasn't commented, hasn't liked it. And it's creepy. It's super creepy because I haven't even like seen James since his funeral. All right. I don't understand how that works out. Very strange. Very, very strange. But the pandemic's been going well. It's been going good. Been getting some auditions. I actually had an audition recently, and it worked out. I got a commercial. Very excited. Got one of my first commercials. Very exciting. And in the commercial, I actually play someone trying to break into a car. And it's like, oh, look how great this like security system is in this car. And you know what? I really loved it, but it's just annoying because even in my wildest dreams, achieving my goals and dreams of being on TV, I still can't afford a car. All right. So it's very annoying. It's very weird. I don't like it. But I have some credits. You may have seen me on Last Comic Standing or Comedy Central or Craigslist. All right. Good list of credits. Craigslist is great. Getting a lot of work from there. But here's the thing. Whenever I audition now, whenever I get auditions, I only get the same type of audition. I only audition for one role. It's super annoying. I only get called in to be a cholo. You guys know what a cholo is? A cholo is like a Mexican gangster, all right? And you can tell how tough I am by the way I pronounce cholo, all right? I am not a tough guy, all right? I don't look like a tough cholo. I look like a cholo who loves like hummus and jazz music, all right? Like, I'm not going to steal your wallet, but I might steal your heart. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? But it's been weird, man. I feel like I see cholo like somewhere in order to Jamba Juice. You know what I mean? Can I get a cholo mango a go-go? Super tough, super hard. But my whole life, I've known I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a mean guy. I'm not a scary guy. And here's how you can tell who's tough. You can tell who's tough by the way they sneeze. All right, straight up. If someone has a tough sneeze, they're hard. They're mean. You know what I mean? My dad sneezes like he's in a metal band. All right. Like every time he gets the flu, he's just like, rah, rah. What is that? I sneeze like a Pokemon. Whenever I get the cold, I'm just like, you know, it's the easiest, funnest, cutest way to catch COVID. I absolutely love it. It's pretty great. I wanted to be tougher. So right before the pandemic, I actually started training to be a professional wrestler. It was super good. It was super fun. I had one match. It was horrible because in this one match, I was wrestling this guy out of nowhere, he legitimately headbutts me in the dick. Headbutt right to the dick. I'm freaking out. It's the first time I've seen anyone get a concussion. You know what I'm talking about, ladies? What's going on? Boom, ouch. I had a cool finishing move. I missed my finisher. It was cool. I would get the guy's head, throw him into the mat. Some people called it a diamond cutter. Some people called it an RKO. My boss called it a fireable offense. So if anyone's hiring, let me know. I'll send you my CV and resume. Here we go. It'll be great. But I do love wrestling. Watched it my whole life. I thought it was so cool. Watching wrestling as a kid, it was really impactful for me. Because for me, professional wrestling wasn't just a TV show. For me, professional wrestling was like Jesus Christ. All right, think about it. One, tons of people all over the world follow it religiously. And two, it's real. It is absolutely real. Wrestling hurts a lot. But yeah, the pandemic was cool. Talking about that a little bit. Started reading a lot more during the pandemic. That was kind of crazy. Here's the thing. Reading during the pandemic, I realized I don't think I knew how to read when I was a kid. All right. I don't know about y'all, but I remember being in like junior high. I would read a whole book, try to write the book report, and have no idea what just happened in the Kama Sutra. All right. It is a difficult book. It is a hard book. I spent a lot of that time with my parents, which was cool. And I started doing a lot more of like research on our names, which is really fascinating. I feel like I got stuck with I have the worst names ever because I came from the two cultures with the weirdest names ever. All right. Filipinos, we got weird names. Filipinos got weird names. I have a Filipino uncle named Boy. All right. He is my Uncle Boy. Like, how lazy were my grandparents? Was it like, here's a boy, what do you want to name him? Yes. Like, no, that's like the worst way to name. What if we were all named that way? What if we were all named by the first thing they saw at birth? You know what I mean? I'd be like, what's up? I'm baby boy. Here's my wife. She's baby girl. Here's my daughter. Her name is premature. And here's my son, my very handsome son. His name is Why Is He Black? I don't understand. He looks like our attractive neighbor. I think something is afoot. All right. It's his dick. It's a foot long. He does not get that from me. Does not get that from me. What's even worse, I got a horrible Latino last name. My Mexican last name sucks. I'm Erik Escobar. You hear Escobar, who do you think about? No one? I always get Pablo. Everyone's like, oh, Escobar, you must be related to Pablo. You must be in a cartel. Doesn't really bother me because they'll be dealt with. All right. They will be dealt with. We will take care of them. I was actually really sad because I was actually supposed to go to Mexico next week. I had a free flight to Mexico. Can you believe that? I had a free flight to Mexico next week. I was getting deported, but I don't know if that is still happening. We will see. I've been taking a long time or taking this quarantine to really focus on me, be a nicer person. That's what I want to do. I want to be a nicer person. I feel like I'm a nice person now, but I do all the nice things I do for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? Like, I'll hold the door open for you, but I just want to look at your butt. You know what I'm talking about? I just do. Like, no, after you, sir. Go ahead, sir. Hello, George. Great run in India. This is great. Or even like, here's the thing, I drive a Prius and everyone's like, oh, do you drive a Prius to help save the environment? No, I drive a Prius because I hate helping people move. All right. Like, no one will ask you to help them move when you own a Prius. All right. Like, all I can bring is this 6-pack and that's it. All right. Like, it's a 4-pack now. I'm sorry. We got to your place. The great thing about Priuses is when you own a Prius, you don't need car insurance. You just need life insurance. All right. You get hit, you're done. You're dead. That's all that's happened. It's really, really wonderful. I feel like I want to be a nice person. I'm a feminist. I feel like I am a feminist. I believe equality between men and women should be a thing. But I do feel like I'm a feminist for the wrong reasons. All right. I'm a feminist for the wrong reasons. I'm a feminist because I feel like whenever you take a lady out, she should pay half the bill. All right, let's make it equal. You order the appetizer. Come on, grandma, pony up. Also for my birthday. You didn't get it last year. All right, you forgot. It's fine. I'm going to leave this cemetery now. All right, please. This is going to be very awkward. Very, very awkward. And all the work has been shot during the pandemic, which is weird. I had a lot of jobs. I actually got fired from one job right before the pandemic. Has anyone here ever fallen asleep at work? Anyone fallen asleep? I fell asleep while I was working. I was so embarrassed because I got 0 stars from those Lyft passengers. All right. They did not like it. No car accidents though. That's great. Take care of my Prius. I love it. I've had a lot of jobs, a lot of weird jobs. I used to work with children who were autistic, which I really appreciated. I loved it. Only I messed up because when they told me I was going to be working with children who were autistic, I accidentally heard them and I thought they said artistic. So I get there on the first day and I'm like, whoa, y'all can't draw at all. None of you are, no artists in this room. You're all horrible, horrible artists. Let's learn how to draw. It'll be great. I used to teach improv kids in juvenile hall. That was a great job. Taught improv kids in juvenile hall, which is great because when you're a 16-year-old murderer, the one thing you want in your life is some musical theater. Am I right? Here we go. Let's do it. But here's the thing. I remember teaching an improv workshop one time, and I was like, all right, friends, let me get a suggestion. Just a shout out suggestion. I'm gonna do an improv scene. And one kid all the way in the back, he shouted out, peanut butter jelly sandwich. Shout out peanut butter jelly sandwich. Out of nowhere, the whole place started rioting. I don't know what's going on. A security guard pulls me from the side. He's like, didn't you know? Peanut butter jelly sandwich is underground gang talk. For we're about to shank someone. No, that is not common knowledge. All right. I have never been in a situation where it's been like, can I have your PB&J? Oh yeah, sure. Ah, why'd you do that? I warned you. You know what I mean? Just never been in that role. It's been very odd. I have all these weird jobs, and my mom, she's Filipino. There's a bunch of Filipino nurses. She's always wanted me to be a nurse. So I remember a couple of weeks ago, I went up to her and I'm like, Mom, why don't I be a nurse? She's like, oh, Erik, when you do comedy, you make people laugh. But if you're a nurse, you save lives. I'm like, what, Mom? She's like, well, when you're a nurse, you save lives. And it really struck a chord with me because I'm a big Star Wars fan. Love Star Wars. So I would love to be a lightsaber. All right, here are the jokes. There we go. That's a new one. I used to work at Disneyland. We have any Disney people in here? Anyone been to Disneyland, Disney World? I love it. Absolutely love Disneyland. I used to work on a ride called It's a Small World. I don't know if you all know It's a Small World. So on the West Coast in 1955, Disneyland was made. Small World was one of their first rides. And It's a Small World. The boats are actually made for skinny people, for people who are a lot thinner than they are today. Because in the 50s, we didn't know about Korean barbecue. All right, we just didn't. I see what happened. But here's the crazy thing about It's a Small World. If someone is too big to get on the ride, if someone is too large to fit on the ride, we apologize to them and make it up to them by giving them a free meal voucher. I don't know if that's helping the problem. All right. That's like, can I check into this rehab? No, but here's some crack. You know what I mean? It's a very odd thing. Very odd. I'm going to wrap it up on this. Does anyone have a drink in their hand? Is anyone drinking during this show? I just drank this last bit of whiskey, but I want to do this. Let's do a virtual cheers to Button Down Comedy. It's this amazing, awesome show that happens twice a month. If you got a drink in your hand, water, whatever, just a little cheers. To our wonderful host, George, we appreciate you. We love you. To all the comics. If you're drinking tonight, keep drinking. Have a fun time at home. But I will say, if you're doing drugs tonight, be careful. All right, be very, very careful. I tried acid over quarantine. Tried acid probably a couple months ago. Worst experience of my life. Worst experience of my life. Because here's the thing. I dropped the acid, started tripping out so high, I didn't realize my little brother walked in the room and took some. Can you believe that? My brother took some. Scariest thing to ever happen to me. Scariest thing to ever happen to me as an only child. All right. Very, very scary. But that's in my time. Y'all have been wonderful. Let's turn over to George. Thank you so much.
Keep it going. I would have to say that, Erik, I disagree with your whole premise about the sneeze, because I have a sneeze that can power a small city. my kids, I had them when they were little. If I sneezed, they would wake up crying. So I had to muffle that sneeze, and I threw out my back, and you could beat me up with a feather.
You can keep standing. I'll go up on you. Don't worry about it.
Well, I want to thank everybody for staying, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. We definitely had a lot of fun tonight. Hopefully you got some laughs. Please, if you had a good time, Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Come to our shows next time. Have more fun, have more laughs. If you feel like it, please send some money to the comics. PayPal.me/BD Comedy or Cash App, Button Down Comedy. And hopefully we'll see you again. And please get home safe. All right. You guys have a great evening and a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the holiday.
Thanks, everyone. Everyone take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Care,
George.
bye.